So I just got to Santa Fe, New Mexico, which is so exciting. This is my first time here, and I'm staying at an Airbnb. As you can see, I still have all my stuff on the floor. So I've got to go put them away. I'm so grateful for this trip. It is definitely something I needed. A little bit scared to do it. Maybe this isn't a common experience, but for me, sometimes I feel weird going out without my family. And being a mom, I just am so used to always having somebody in the car. It's my child or my spouse. It just felt weird leaving the house alone and then going on a whole trip for several days. Just want to make the most of this. And shout out to my husband for putting me on this trip. He planned it secretly and everything. I didn't even know what the location was going to be until a few weeks ago. And I was just so excited because I've never been to Santa Fe, much less New Mexico. I've never seen a high desert landscape in person. To me, it seems that New Mexico is really unique in its heritage and its art, and I'm just so excited to experience that. I spent the morning relaxing. It was really nice not to wake up to an alarm, and I had a little bit of breakfast, which is leftovers from last night, and now I'm going to go check out the plaza in Santa Fe. I really want to check out the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum, and hopefully they have some availability in tickets today, so let's go see. Looking pretty stormy, so good thing I just got groceries, and now I'm gonna put them away and cook them. I'm just locking the door, and yeah, I just got tired of eating restaurant food, so I thought I should go to the store and get some food so I don't have to deal with ordering out again. New Mexican food is really good, but I just need to eat something different for now, and I need to eat a lot of vegetables and fruit so I can feel good. So yeah, I was hoping to get an earlier start tomorrow and not have to worry about what time cafes open and things like that. I was hoping that I could go on a hike one of these mornings. Really want to get an early start. I think it takes like an hour to drive out to this place by the mountains, so I don't want to waste any time. This morning I did a stained glass class and it was really cool. So I'll show you guys what I did really quick. Let's rummage around the bag. I didn't really have a good way of transporting. I didn't think about it ahead of time. I really should have brought a box or something, but I didn't. I was kind of in a hurry this morning. I created this crane and it's really beautiful in my opinion. Here it is in the light. I was gonna do a fox or something else because it was cute, but then I saw this crane and I was like, oh, this reminds me of how I can't really do origami very well. I just thought it would be funny if I created this stained glass version of origami. We ended up making the edges a copper color with a patina, so that was really nice. And it was pretty easy. It just took a lot of time for me to get the details right. But yeah, it was really fun. So if you ever have a chance to make something like this, I totally recommend doing that. Okay, here's my dinner. Usually I would eat a lot more, but I actually did have a big lunch. And since I'm tired, I'm just gonna keep it simple and just try to get enough protein. Usually I try to eat dinners that add up to at least 30 grams of protein or a little bit more than that. So this won't be enough, but I'll probably just add in some protein powder or collagen powder or both or something. I haven't been able to create, I haven't had that much energy, but I did manage to sit down and tone this canvas before I went to the stained glass workshop. I used this walnut oil, or not walnut oil, but walnut alkyd, which I have here in a box. Hopefully that helped to really speed up the drying. I'll probably start painting on this tomorrow because I have zero energy to do things, which is funny because I haven't been on much of a intense schedule or anything. I haven't planned out a crazy itinerary. So I probably shouldn't be as tired as I am, but I am so tired and I just keep having this low level headache every time I go out. And I don't know if it's altitude sickness. I've definitely been drinking a lot of water. I carry around a 64 ounce, I think, and a 24 ounce water bottle. I drink all of that when I go out, and I go out for about 6 to 7 hours at a time. So maybe that's not enough. And I keep neglecting to use the electrolyte powders that I bought for the purpose of this trip. So maybe that's part of the problem, is not the quantity of water, but the amount of electrolytes to help retain that. Anyway, yes, so I'm not really feeling well, even though I've been sleeping pretty well, except for the really loud thunderstorms at night. I just feel like I almost have no excuse for being as tired as I am now, but I just can't help it. So, okay guys, now I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go on the Turquoise Trail. It's a little drive, and I also wanted to check out the town of Madrid. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I found out about that on my first day here. I want to go check it out because people say that it's like Santa Fe before it got really big. I'm just curious what they have down there. So this is what my hair looks like now. I got several inches cut off and then I had layers added in. It just feels so much lighter and nicer, and I'll have less of that problem where my hair will get stuck between my back and any surface like a chair or a car. Just one of those self-care items that needed to be done. After the haircut, I stopped by the art store. It's called Artisan, and I got a couple of water mixable oils. I've never used this before, but I was planning on using these type of colors, and I especially wanted a pink because I kind of don't really enjoy mixing pink. I know it's very simple, red and white pink, but you know what, I feel like sometimes if something helps you out and makes a step a little bit easier, then I say go for it. And then I saw this brush, which is really beautiful and really nice and thick and fluffy. It has a nice thick texture. I just bought this on impulse. I was actually looking for a different kind of brush. Actually, I'm not entirely sure what kind of brush I was looking for because I couldn't even remember all the brushes that I had. I was worried that they'd be too similar. I mean, I guess I didn't need to own this new brush, but it does look different enough in my opinion. So, I mean, these are mostly flats and that's really cool, but this is considered more for blending. It's considered a 2-in-1 brush, I think. I mean, I guess I could have just used any one of these brushes or got a bigger round, but I don't know, I just really like the look of this and the feel of it, so maybe it was a pointless purchase, but you could always use another brush down the line because they don't really last forever. So unfortunately it's Friday. I mean, yay Friday, but it's also my last full day in Santa Fe. I'm gonna go out and do some things that I didn't do. There's this place down south around the Pecos area and they have a historical site. So I forgot what it's called, but I'm gonna go check it out. I'm just gonna pack some snacks, water, electrolytes, some tea. Hopefully I will have a lot of energy. I tend to get a lot of energy dips. Okay, so while my tea is brewing, let's see what we've done. I didn't film this process because it's kind of dark at night and I wasn't using the best lighting. All the lighting in here is really nice. It's dim mood lighting and I feel like it would have been really hard to see if I tried to film it. I'm so silly, I totally forgot the little attachment that goes under my camera to attach to my tripod quickly, so I couldn't use my actual camera. Anyway, here is what I have so far. So I was inspired by this origami crane that I made at the stained glass workshop the other day, and I thought, why don't I make an oil painting out of it? So, as you can see, they're really, really rough sketches. And Initially, I thought I might try just a single one and have it be really symmetrical. And I thought, why don't I just challenge myself a little bit to do a different perspective? So I settled on this sketch, and I didn't even flesh it all the way through. It's just really rough. And I thought, okay, I should create a few ideas of how they might be folded. Really, what I should have done is actually create some origami. I saw the beautiful mountains around Santa Fe. They didn't have this color. It was more like a dusky pink color. And I thought, okay, well, originally I was thinking of making this whole thing more monochromatic with more peach and pink tones, including the mountains. But I thought, well, let's try a purpley blue color. Maybe if I added more purple and blue around it, it might balance out better. But right now it just looks like your eye is drawn towards this spot. I think it needs to be a little bit more muted, like I was originally thinking. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's realistic for me to finish this painting today or even tomorrow. I just have one last day here and I want to make the most of it. And I don't want to miss some unique, interesting sights because I'm so worried about finishing something that I could technically finish later. It's just such a shame though, because I have this time and this wonderful space and it's so peaceful here. But yeah, I'm just gonna try not to put so much pressure on myself. Okay, so my tea's been made, got all the refills in the water. Hopefully today will be a good day where I have a lot of energy in the afternoon because I've made my matcha and I've had plenty of electrolytes. And I'm definitely gonna come back and take a break in the afternoon just so I don't end up getting stuck driving and feeling very, very tired. We don't want to go to sleep and then never wake up again. My art space is in a basement level, so I needed to clear out some things so I could focus better. I haven't used this area much this summer because as a busy stay-at-home mom, life moves so quickly and there's always so much to do. I'm going to get back in here and get my art practice going again. Seeing all the beautiful artworks in the Taos and Santa Fe region made me feel like painting is something I should do more of. For the longest time, I held myself back from oil painting, thinking it wasn't convenient. I would do watercolors, digital, gouache, anything that seemed more easy to clean up. Back then, as a mom to a young toddler, I saw oil painting as something that was too inconvenient for the time that I had. As soon as I got home, I bought a big standing easel so that I can try out even bigger artworks in the future. New Mexico wasn't like anything I expected, but having the freedom to get into oil painting during my stay at the cottage made me feel like this is what I've been missing this whole time. I hope this gives you the courage to try something that you've been wanting to do too. If you've made it to the end, thank you so much for tuning into my vlog, and I hope to see you in the next video.